Hey, this is Jamey with Stonemeyer Games, and today I'm going to talk about my favorite mechanism in the Lord of the Rings LCG living card game, the digital version. I've only played through the digital version, the first campaign in the digital version, and I should note that I haven't really done any deck building at all yet. Megan and I just played through the first campaign together cooperatively, multiplayer against Sauron the other day, and I wanted to mention three things that I really liked about it. So my favorite mechanisms, plural. One is just overall, I've played a bunch of dueling games, one-on-one against either an AI or another person, but I don't think I've ever played a dueling game against an AI opponent, which is really cool. So basically, Megan and I were teaming up in a duel game against Sauron, and that was awesome. Like, it was neat to play a cooperative dueling game against someone else. I guess there are many cooperative games that are essentially this if you were playing with them with two players, but this really is a dueling game at its heart, and it was really fun to play it together cooperatively against an AI opponent. Two specific mechanisms I like. One is the core mechanism of the game. I should show you some photos of it. This is what it looks like in the digital version. Gandalf showed up in my hand. Here's some characters. I like the digital implementation. I haven't played the tabletop version, but I like what they did with the digital version. But so on your turn, you have one of two choices. Basically, it's very simple. You are either playing a card or you are activating one of your characters, and I really like that choice. And specifically, a character that you haven't already activated that round. It's a simple choice, but it's a tough one. At any given time, am I going to use a character to most likely attack an enemy unit or move towards accomplishing a goal that your enemy is controlling? Or do I get another card into play that helps my board state or helps one of my characters at a crucial time? So I really like that decision point. The other thing that I like, and this is common in various cooperative games, but I enjoyed it in this one, is the decision between dealing with threats that could make me lose versus moving towards the goal that I need to accomplish on any given game, any given session of this. So one of the first games that we played, we had to, they're shaped like gates. So in my head, I'm thinking of them as gates, like it's this thing. You have to like find the path. I think that was one of the first ones. You have to find a path, and you have to use your yellow skill to consistently knock down the strength of the path, essentially, until you find it. It's pretty abstract. But while that's happening, the enemy is playing units and having those units fight your units. And if all of your units die, I think even all of your core units, perhaps you lose the game. So it was a constant decision point as we debated as we were playing, like, okay, do we take care of this enemy right now, or do we focus on the door? And which of our units, which of our cards do we use to focus on the door versus the enemy units? So I really like those decision points. They're very simple decision points, but they added up to a really fun first campaign of the digital version of Lord of the Rings LCG. So if this reminds you of any other mechanisms in any other games, or if you have a favorite mechanism in this game, perhaps one that we haven't uncovered because we've only played through a very, very small amount of the game, I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks.